Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. So all the returning friends and family, I already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. Doing this live a little bit earlier. Got a couple things I need to take care of tonight, but first things first. Hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Saturday. Hopefully everybody is being safe out there, whether you at these events, whether you with the family, having a good time. Definitely just make sure you keep me yourself on point and on board like always. Appreciate everybody who tuned in earlier for the live this morning. Definitely was a good conversation. Shout outs to Buzzy and Hammer Nation for popping in this morning. Mister, you can catch the replay. This is the part two to it. Um, I think it's needed because again, we have situations that we're really running out of time on doing. From the conversation earlier, there's stuff like this going on all around the world. Prime example what she was saying this morning. My bad. Thought I was about to get a copyright already. From what was said, especially out there in South Africa, there's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of situations happening that really shouldn't be happening. And honestly, with those people, there is time to start standing up. If you feel you're across those areas, you feel your government is not really working for you, it's causing not just damage but pain to the people, but to the land itself. You have to stand up on it. Again, there are more of you than there is of them. When things are wrong, you have to stand on it. The time that you waste not trying to stand up against these corruptions and these injustices, the more you're going to keep having these same situations. Alvin, what's going on? Brandon, what's going on? And I feel bad because there are situations that should never happen again. Like prime example, what was said earlier. Shouldn't nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, of any stature have to worry about an attack, any type of physical attack. It's not right. And to want to duct tape or even tie up somebody, that's a symbol of evil right there. Because again, at what cost are you willing to go just to get whatever it is you're trying to get? Make it make sense. Do you not believe in karma? Because I believe that karma does come back. At some point, the same way you just gave somebody that much torture and pain, it could happen to you. So you have to think about what you're doing out there, man. Like, there are situations that we know this is why the people are doing it, because they don't have this. Some of these people don't have, specific things that they know they should have. But that still doesn't give you a right or a reason to harm somebody else because you don't have what you should have. Just because I might not have specific clothes, specific, things for the house, so on and so forth. Does that mean I'm really still supposed to go out there and let somebody else or harm somebody else just so I could get some sort of come up? Nah, shouldn't have to do that. When you sitting there and you're taking from people, especially hardworking people, that's a problem right there. And the reason it's a problem because again, you don't know what these people had to go through to get what they had to earn. And in that same token, the time you was wasting trying to plot on somebody, you could have been plotting on your own future. You been plotting to do something right. Val, what's going on, baby? Think that's something that needs to be addressed too. And sometimes, again, the people are going to have to stand together. If you know you're going through specific issues, especially issues that you know could be damaging for your future or for anybody's future, you need to stand up. What's going on, my guy? You have to stand up on that. Like for those people in South Africa, I feel that a lot of y'all should get it together. You know, regardless to what's going on, because they fail to realize that you can overthrow a government or a parliament, especially if they're not doing what's right for the people and the land. That part I do know. I knew somebody from over there personally said the same thing. And if you do your history, there are certain situations where a government or whatever has been overthrown, especially if it wasn't right. It shouldn't be right for the youth to have to rob, steal, plague, or pillage anybody when they could be trying to do the same things like most people are. You know, getting to the basics, training yourself, learning something new, passing something on. This is why I said for some of the adults, you have to start passing the knowledge of whatever it is that you do have. Doesn't matter if it's work wise or life wise, because again, we shouldn't have to worry about crimes like that going on. And then again, some of these crimes could be eliminated if there were certain things put back into play for the communities, especially those communities that are in dire need. King, what's going on, my guy? You know, we have a shared problem on our hands. This is around the world, period. A lot of us refuse to stand up for what's right and actually make those necessary protests and necessary moves needed. We are wasting time, and time is ticking. You know, again, you want to see a better future for the world around you, and this is for people around the world. You're gonna have to stand up on some accord. It's only right. You know, a lot of people have to again think about what's the bigger picture. You know, the future and the safety for those coming behind us, or a lifetime of pain and destruction. And again, I feel certain crimes. I don't care if it's drug infused or not. There's just some crimes that should never happen. And again, you know, prayers to Buzzy and moms because you know it's crazy. They go to show you that you do have some people out here that won't give a damn about age or anything. If they feel they're gonna harm you because they want something, they will. Those are the type of people you got to be aware of. And it's actually sad when some of these spots are not bringing back what's necessary as far as for drug programs. There are some drug programs that are out there that are actually still beneficial for some, but you need more because you're going to have people who are on different type of drugs that you might not be able to really give clear view on, knowledge on, or even try to help, you know, really rehab somebody. And in those instances, you need back a lot of those medical care centers and everything else, not just the outpatient programs. I need the inpatient programs and things along that line, especially if y'all know for a fact you see people that are looking zombied out. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that should not happen, especially to no lady that's almost 90 years old. You know, again, there are some things that should never happen, should never be accepted. And the minute that it does happen, or the minute somebody gets wind of it, they should stand in and give that proper justice. 'Cause I'm sorry, sometimes you can't depend on the law to do something for you. I'm not trying to sound funny. There's some situations where some people never get justice that's required. This is where I said time is ticking, where we need to start focusing on changing certain politics, certain laws that don't really help us, the citizens, and we got to get back on board to taking back a grand stand on things. When you see they trying to push something that we know is wrong, we got to push the envelope right back on them and tell them no. And again, it does kind of start with who you putting in office, who you elect in office. But it also starts with just the people at hand. Sometimes if they know, regardless to what, even if you're trying to keep somebody out of a seat and they do get that seat, you got to be prepared for what's what, because guess what? Um, you might, as a community, have to do your own things just to make sure everything is in order. Time is ticking for people to stop playing games on that aspect too, man. Because just imagine, it can happen to anybody around you close to you. And in that instance, what would you do? And there's new drugs out there that definitely are taking people off the deep end. So again, in that instance, this is where you need to have more medical outreach centers, more outreach programs, especially for those who are suffering or might be going through that type of drug use. There's nothing wrong again with trying to elevate the people the best way possible, and even trying to change what's needed. Again, do you want to have to worry about your foods, your supplies, everything of that nature? At some point, you should want to get into some of these fields, and we could try to definitely figure out the balance. But I'm gonna say this again: should no crime go against anybody of any age, don't matter. And for those who might be dipping and dabbing in drugs, just know that there are consequences. Because if you don't get sat down by the law itself, the law of the land is going to sit you down forever. Especially if you don't plan on stopping your habits and your binges. It catches up with you. It'd be your luck you get a bad batch of something and that be your last stroke of life. And I'm sorry, there are just some people who are evil and don't care. And in those instances, when you know it's situations on that level, you're gonna have to put your foot down on it. Because these are people that are willing to hurt any and everybody just because they want that come up so badly. They're letting their greed and they're letting the evil spirit of the greed take control of them. Tanya, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. But see, story like Buzzy was saying earlier, right there, that is true. You know, there are places around the world where there really is no opportunity given for anybody of any age. And I think at some point, you know, it's going to take a whole bunch of people to stand up. Stop believing that that's the way you have to live to survive out there in the world. You don't have to rob, steal, kill, do anything of the sort just to get a come up. You have a brain, you need to use more than 10% of that. You might be struggling with certain things, yeah, but you got to remember this too. There's just some things you're not going to be able to do crime wise that you ain't going to get that karma coming back to you. Now, see, prime example. If this would have happened out here somewhere, and people would have got wind of it. Some people would have probably did the same thing to him, what he did to her, tied him up, did something we ain't want to get done to, and that's the problem. Some people know what's going on and refuse to really stand on their principles. They'll just allow it and turn the eye. Got to stop turning the eye on everything. The time is ticking. You want certain laws in place, or you feel certain laws should be changed for the better, you're gonna have to stand up on that. Y'all gonna have to come together and really bring the strategy plans. And I think at some point, it will happen. There's certain distractions that we know for a fact is put in place because I believe some of it is trying to get us to really stand up. It's not so much as raise emotion, but it is giving us a chance to stand up on something, especially something we believe in. Just like I was saying earlier this morning, I feel bad um, because there's situations that are going on that shouldn't be present to this day. Shouldn't. Some of it should really be sitting in the basement. Jay Quill, what's going on, my guy? Oh, and the other story I meant to tell y'all this morning before, we went towards Buzzy. Oh, young boy got shot. Police involved shooting. Boy had a gun. Uh, dropped the gun while he was running, but he went to go run back and pick up the gun. And in that instance, the cops had to shoot him just to subdue him. See, this is the thing that's the problem right now. Some of y'all putting yourselves in these predicaments, especially in the city. I'm talking to some of y'all in the city now. Y'all know for a fact they not playing when it comes to anything. You got a gun of any sort, don't matter what you using it for. If it's not you're not licensed to really use it, if it ain't required job wise or whatever, they taking you down regardless. And again, in that instance, what did you have the gun for? This is the problem that we have in society. Everybody again is so quick to want to play dangerous, you know, death-defying games with their life. And that could have went completely left. But see, when you get shot in the leg, that's how you know it's a trained officer. Because if that had been anything else, he would have definitely been gone. And that would have been another family hurt. But then again, some of you families have to realize there's still opportunities, especially out here in the city, for these kids to get into something and do something. And if not, you're gonna have to take that grandstand. Again, the time is ticking. How long do you keep going without the resources you need before you realize that it's definitely causing harm to you? And it's causing harm to the balance that's coming around you. APTV, what's going on, my guy? It's time to really start coming to some serious conclusions, man. Again, that boy could have lost his life just because you want to play games with life. Life is not a game. And when you got a gun, that's definitely not a game either. In that instance, your time is ticking. Because that old saying, live by the gun, die by the gun, is true. There are opportunities one way or another. And for the parents that feel there ain't no opportunities, you have to give opportunities where it's needed. And you can be a part of that. Even as far as the community outreach is concerned, y'all could be a part of that. You lack resources as far as books, anything along those lines, you have to be a part of that movement. You have to tilt the ball forward. See, prime example, where I was at, I was wondering why. Prime example, I was wondering why, my bad, why they had a specific part of a basketball court taped off on both ends. But it comes to find out that they want to redo that court because couple people had passed, and it's their memorials, so they usually do something around this time, giving out, back to school stuff. Sometimes they doing like a little family day, they do a little tournaments, basketball wise and stuff. So I was kind of confused at first, but then when they told what it was, I was like, oh, okay, okay. See, I can respect it on those lines. You trying to give back one way or another, especially to those kids who do come out there and play ball all the time. And in that instance, that's respect right there. And that's going to be time and dedication, but it's not going to take that long because that event is next weekend. So that gives you a whole week to redo the ground, redo the nets or redo the backboards, whatever you need done. See, those are the things that are needed in small communities or even big communities. Some people are going to have to put their own money together. They're going to have to get the right people together, put sun in the pot. And if they really going to do something that's beneficial and bring some happiness and joy, then they got to do it. Cruising, what's going on, baby? And I can respect that because they're not wasting time. And guarantee you, everything that they got planned will get done because these are the type of people that I know for a fact they don't waste time. When they say they're going to do something, they're going to get it done. I think that's the most important thing. Getting around the right people that are going to try to get things done one way or another. The time is ticking. Again, some of y'all could bring the opportunities needed if you just stop sitting there whining and complaining. It's really time for y'all to get it together. The question, what is the most important thing? I think the most important thing to remember again is the future that's coming behind us. So why not try to put back what's needed? Y'all need recreation centers that for a fact could keep a lot of the kids who are into the athletics or into just keeping themselves fit and trained. Bring back those recreation centers. Bring back some more of the YMCA's and the PALs. Like, bring that back for kids of all ages. Like in certain areas, they placing a lot. They putting a lot of gyms back. Notice that. Um, but that just goes to show you too that it gives you an inspiration on doing something. Bring something that is going to be beneficial for the heart and for the soul. Just for the spirit. Period. Do you want your future generations to have to worry about war every day, crime every day, even though we going through it now, but still, do you want it to be on a grander scale than what it is now? It's time for you to really get it up. Like, what are we going to do now? Some people will say, well, elections, look here. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to wait for elections. If you feel is dire and you have to get certain people up out of seats, you can do so. See, certain laws, they try to tell you that it don't exist. Nah, it exists. You just ain't using it. And you ain't putting your mind to it. And you feel even if you do it, it's not going to work. I'm telling you, you will really be surprised at what if the people stand up and just have love, not just for themselves, but for the people around them and for those who they want to see grow and be beneficial. But yeah, again, these type of situations we need. We need people to definitely realize that time is of the essence. We can't waste no more time worrying about what if. We need to focus on, what we can do and what we should do. I think one thing that we should do is look into specific fields of play that we know are drying up or almost to the point of drying up. And we need to reevaluate how we make those areas stronger, and then we get back to making them stronger. We do need reinforcement. Prime example, some of y'all can't get mad about specific things happening in your communities when you're not really going where you need to go. Not just the meetings, but going to those people that you need to bring into. Voice your opinion the way you're supposed to see fit. You don't got to be disrespectful or crazy, but you also got to let it be known that you're standing up for what's right and you refuse to back down. That's just like if you don't want specific gardens or specific buildings knocked down, you got to stand on it. Show them why you don't want it to happen. Give good, clear indentation of why you don't want it to happen. What are you doing? My bad, y'all. Yeah. But it is something to think about. Y'all can't be serious. You really can't be. See situations like what I was talking about earlier. I see an accident happening tonight at some point. You got some real irresponsible people again around these bikes and these fast cars. And a lot of y'all doing certain things again because you're just trying to show off. And showing off more important than your life. Is showing off more important than your overall health? 'Cause if it is, you're going to be for a hard downfall and a hard repair coming back. It does again start back with taking back the simplest things. We definitely know we need more programs that are going to keep the kids and even keep the teens inspired on greatness, inspired on hopping into these fields that are needed, getting into specific trades if they feel that's what they want to do. We have to give them possible options. Some areas they lack museums or they lack educational centers. Bring that back. Some people might actually be into zoology and everything else. Hey, encourage that. Let them learn about the animals around them and everything else that's needed because, again, you are bringing that education. It ain't going to be a part of bringing even more awareness and education even into the future. There's certain things that we are still discovering in this world around us. And there are probably other mysteries that we probably won't get a chance to ever see or witness. Again, it's time for some of y'all to uplift the best possible way. If you know you in areas where it's dire for these kids to get into something, start bringing back the actual. First of all, some of y'all actually have basketball courts. Let's get this right. Some of y'all do got basketball areas where y'all could go play recreation playgrounds. Y'all have those. But the problem is you got too many people that's plaguing them playgrounds. And then at some point, violence ends up around the playground. Even on that notion, you have to stand up. Um, if you're planning on coming in these areas and you trying to give the kids something to do, they should be able to have fun without worrying about gunshots or even any type of eruption of violence or any type of chaos breaking out for that matter. You know, some places, like prime example, some people love ice skating or roller skating. Bring back those. You closed a lot of those areas too. You had people that was interested in specific things, but you closed a lot of these places down because either they couldn't keep the rent or after a while it was too much nonsense. And see, some people complain about not having things, but then when you get them in your areas, you mess it up yourself. The time is really ticking for y'all to start realizing that you can't cry about specific things being needed, and then when it's granted to you, you mess it up by sheer hate and ignorance. You're gonna want to see better at some point. And that's why I said the right people are going to start standing up for the right things. Right now, it's a small handful, but the numbers will grow larger. You know, the words definitely will be felt, the actions will be felt, and again, it's going to be for the betterment. Some things we know we can't even try to correct right now because it's already been in place and it's been in place long enough. There are other things we could definitely snap. Again, we got to snap out of this false sense of reality that we are living in. Sometimes you're gonna have to be on the forefronts one way or another. And the key is just think better and you'll do better. Think of better ways to create new opportunities for those who could be coming up. Again, some of y'all have clear knowledge, not just from being teachers yourselves, just have clear knowledge because of everything that you've been through. They need to bring back more um, programs for people who have, gone through sexual attacks. Not just going to see a regular thing. No, they need to bring back counseling, all of that. Real counseling. So this way somebody could actually get back into life and feel good. Bring back more awareness so this way you could try to prevent situations like teen pregnancy and not just giving them protection, but even still give them awareness where it's supposed to be given. And that's for the parents to do. Give your kids that awareness about sex education and all of that. But bring back some programs because at some points we know this is something that's going to be happening. It's been happening throughout our life. Sometimes you do get teen pregnancy, but bring back those programs for those young teens that might actually want to, give their child an opportunity. Start bringing back better adoption agencies and things along those lines, especially for those kids who might be in the system that might need a good home. We could do this on multiple angles, on multiple, days, and we could always come up with something that would be beneficial that could be brought to that table. For those who, prime example, are into music, doing music, whatever, just remember your time is ticking on certain avenues of play. So while you in there, do what you gotta do. Make a brand for yourself. Make a brand outside of just music. And always remember to keep the ball rolling, but keep the knowledge and the education flowing and bring it back to the people that need it. Again, they don't have to follow exactly what you did, but at least give them a blueprint and show them how they could do it and how they can do it their own way if they choose to do it. Jersey Rich, what's going on, my guy? Again, teach them and give them what was given to you. The knowledge has to be passed on one way or another. You gain wisdom on something, you definitely have to give that to the people. Y'all need to start having more functions, especially family functions in your community. So some of y'all could get to know the people in your community, and maybe, just maybe, some of y'all would be able to see what's what, come together on certain terms, even if you can't stand each other's guts. Come together on certain terms that you know will keep the kids safe, keep the community safe. And in certain instances, again, this is what you need to bring back to. You need to bring back some of those DARE programs. Not just scared straight programs. Some things you're gonna need to bring because some of these youth, they ain't gonna listen. Even if they coming from good spots, they still ain't gonna listen. If they already feel this is what they gonna do, okay. Well, you gotta give them a strong reality. Because they might not be listening to specific people. But they'll listen to somebody at some point. And you know what? Sometimes some of you men in the community that are out there, y'all might have to scoop them up and show them the realities. Oh, you want to do this? All right, look, let me show you what you want. Not saying put them into it, but show them what the consequences are. Show them what's what. Oh, you want to hustle? Watch. Let me show you what you got to do. And let me show you how you got to maintain this. And go ahead, show them. It might actually scare some of them away anyway. Because some people, again, are just following. They following the people that they think is their friends and that got their back. But you have to give them a strong reality, whether you want to or not. If this is the road that you choose to go down, just know what comes with that road. But I would expect you to take the other road so you can give yourself a better opportunity. Give the people around you a better opportunity, a sense of happiness, and give them that great, glorious feeling that they ain't got to worry about burying you too early. I'll be honest with you. I can really say this. It's time for y'all to really like understand the one thing that's more important than anything: growth. It's essential. Giving these kids hope and growth, that's essential. Giving them better ways to show the world that there are amazing minds in the world that actually want to put something to good use, that's essential. Hammer, what's going on, baby? I don't know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But we're gonna have to take some of these people under our wings, whether we want to or not. And we're gonna have to give them a strong reality on what's going on and what could possibly be if they don't shake themselves up right. And see, the reason why we might have to scoop up some of them is because some of them, again, are just followers. They think that they're ready for those type of consequences and those type of situations, but they really not. And I was saying that instance too for some of y'all that need to hear this. If you are not prepared for doing any type of time, don't do the crime. Again, you still have ample time to think before you do. And again, that is going to be key logic, and that's going to be key for your survival is thinking. If you can't think even on the fly, might as well say you're going to kiss everything goodbye. You got to remember the most important things that were taught to you, the most important things that you found out, especially as of recently, especially the real beneficial educational purposes that you didn't think you was going to know or you didn't think was possible. Keep that. See, like there's some elders that they're gonna pass down all the knowledge and all the wisdom that they got. They're gonna pass it down because again, it is about showing and growing. Let me tell you how this used to go. Let me show you how you can avoid this. And let me tell you where you can go. But again, everybody has to make a conscious effort. And it does start with just that thinking. And not thinking of self, but just thinking for the long haul. Prime example, I could say this. This would be a situation for people who like driving trucks. You see how you having situations with diesel costs and everything else? Y'all could be a part of trying to alleviate some of that problem. Never know. Hold on, Tanya. What's
Hey,
going on,
Andy.
Tanya?
Oh, nothing much. My stepson went to KFC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when we got there, we was trying to get rid of some of the food I already had and get rid of it because it was too organic for me. And she thought she got gypped because we ordered an 8-piece, half regular and half crispy.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. It was good. I gotta say, it was good. And I'm still waiting on the date for the Jersey Mike's and the Dunkin' Donuts to show up. So how's your afternoon been?
afternoon been good. I'm surprised today really still feel like a damn fall day.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
I heard
almost ready to put
about
on a sweater.
about yeah, about some of the greatest minds, like Einstein and Oppenheimer. They did the film on Oppenheimer. He was genius, but he built the greatest destruction of all time. And I think
Yeah,
in his later years, he says he regretted it doing that. But I don't think there could have been another alternative. But back, I guess at that time, we didn't have much of a choice.
yeah,
And I was just thinking about that. It's just like we have nuclear weapons now, but there was one guy said somebody could always build a bigger bomb, and that's true. And that's true. You know. People can be so smart and just knows they can build the most destructive weapon known to man. But there's always people who can build good stuff and not destroy anything. You know, but that's always in the history books.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't
And
believe
that,
what happened. Go ahead, there, Neat.
no, what you said again?
I
You were
just,
saying
I just,
something.
I think sometimes the history books get it wrong. Sometimes it's
Mm,
always so excited. You know, they like tell the half of the story, but not the whole thing.
yeah.
Mm,
That's to keep you in the dark sometimes. No,
yeah,
that part.
yeah. I just like I said about the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. What if somebody really had a thing like that just to reverse time, reverse everything that we already know? And would that be a good thing or a bad thing? I would just say just leave it where it is. It shouldn't even be looked after or found. Leave that Dial of Destiny alone. If there was such a thing, I wouldn't be surprised if there was such a thing as a Dial of Destiny, and somebody could use that thing for whatever purposes they had in mind. So I would just leave it alone. But there are people who are archaeologists who'll probably find the thing and say, what can we do to use this Dial of Destiny? Uh, I'm just saying.
Breeze, what's going on, my guy? No, I'm saying I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead.
Even if there was something like that, there would be some people that would just leave well enough alone anyway. So that
I
part I would leave it. That part I could believe it. But there are gonna
Yeah,
be some people that want to do something anyway. So some people just want to be nosy. You know that already. That's why some of these people set themselves up for failure. Too much curiosity. Sometimes there's just gonna be things in life that's unexplainable. Leave it
yeah,
be.
yeah. But there are people that curiosity kills the cat, and I would just leave something like that, just buried somewhere where nobody will find it. But there's always these curiosity seekers who seem to find it. Anywho,
Mhm.
so I just had my step sister came by. I had a good time. She was here for a little while, and I don't see her that much. So hopefully she'll be out of her apartment that she's in until October, till she get her house back up in order. That got burnt in the fire.
Yeah,
The electricity in that house was very, very, very old. If they knew it was old, they should have had that done a long time ago. But they rebuilt the kitchen and everything. So hopefully they'll get out of that rental house they're in and be back in their house by October. And I'm glad. I thought it'll be by November, but she said today it'll be until October to go back in their house, which is good. With her mom, Gary. And speaking of fires, I'd like to say my condolences to the people of Hawaii who lost almost everything. You may have lost everything, but you still have your health. I know it doesn't do much, and and people in Canada are dealing with fires too, and California dealing with Hurricane Hillary. So every time I saw that storm, it still reminds me of Sandy. So
yeah,
yeah, it took us a long time for Sandy. Sandy didn't show us no mercy. Sandy did not show us no mercy at all, man. Oh God. Anywho, anywho, you I hope you come by tomorrow and everything. So, oh, breaking news! They're gonna probably have Brian Kohlberger's trial October 2nd,
yeah.
and and like I said, in this world, do we really need a firing squad? I guess they do in Utah because they say they're running out of drugs to execute people. So, I say this: there's other countries that have firing squads. I wouldn't. I'd rather just running hot. I don't want to be near no firing squad. I've seen it in the movies where they drum you in there, tired, and give you your last words with a cigarette. And I hear the people say, "Ready, aim, fire." You know, I've
Yeah.
seen too many westerns in my time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Davis, what's
I
going
said
on, baby?
Beavis and Butt. I missed that show, man. Yeah. So you know what? Young people's got to stick up for themselves and everything. And I thought we did our part back in the 80s and 90s, in the 80s, especially the 80s, man. So, you know, it's a different world than I remember now. So I'm not sad about it. It's just going nuts. That's all.
Yeah. But
Yeah. What can you do?
most you can do is pray
Yeah.
for a better tomorrow and still stand on the right things.
Sometimes the Snickers that I taste don't taste the same no more. I
Mm,
mean, this is ridiculous. The stuff that you grew up with don't taste like you grew up with it.
yeah.
It's like your yodels and your big wheels. Then that
Mm,
was cream. But right now it just tastes like diet crap. Sorry, Lord. Sorry, Lord. But it doesn't taste the same no more when I grew up with it. Oh God. Anyhow.
but you know what?
Huh?
Sometimes you gonna have to. The best way to do it sometimes, and I've seen some people do it. I knew people who, if something didn't taste right, things that they
Yeah,
used to get in the stores or the supermarkets, they just made it from scratch at home.
yeah. I would like to have the big wheel, the one I used to grow up with back at the Wonder Bread thrift store. But
Yeah,
I'm trying to find some great knee high. I remember getting that. I saw that, and I found some at Amazon. Man, the same regular messed up bottle and everything. I remember grape knee high. That's all we drank then. Grape knee high, orange knee high. It didn't matter. It was knee high.
yeah.
So yeah, it was like RC Cola and stuff like. To me, I thought Tab was the gayest soda in the world.
Mm,
Yeah.
oh man,
That's what I thought Tab was back then. It was pink and it had white lettering on the front. I thought it was the
yeah,
most gay soda in the world. Sorry. Anywho, I just wanted to let you know I had a good time with my sister, half sister. So it was good. Had by all. The chicken was good. So I'm here watching some TV, and I'll go watching that Netflix series of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And man, I think she made a mistake by testifying, and she really dug herself a hole. She didn't really show nobody her any favors.
yeah,
She really didn't test. She didn't really, all the women was going for Johnny. You know, and she thought she was going to get more sympathy from the women, but the women said, "No way, man. We're going for Johnny because you ruined his reputation and all that stuff." I heard she paid him back all the money that she owed him. She got some money, but not the money that she really wanted. And anyway, it's not raining where you are in New York, is it?
nah.
No.
It's, it's just cool tonight. And like I said,
Yeah,
it's like a fall night. Like you're ready to put on a
yeah,
light sweat.
yeah, yeah. I can feel it here too, and I don't mind it being hot. I don't. I like it this way better than the steaming hot and sweating all the time. Yeah, it's a mess, but yeah, it's kind of a cool night where you don't have to think about nothing. Don't think about having to sweat all the time. So that's
Yeah,
that's that's good. That's a good thing. So well, I'll let you get back to your thing. Hope to see you on my show tomorrow. I'll probably be live around 3 o'clock, and we'll talk about stupid stuff.
no doubt. You
Yeah.
know I'm checking.
Okay. Well, I'll see you later, Nate. See everybody. I'll see all you later in the chat there, Nate's chat. Y'all be peaches and just take care of yourself. Yeah.
Definitely. Peace
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah. You too, Nate. See you.
Yeah, Davis, you was right. Like everybody said the same thing. But I had already said that when that story first leaked, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was like, it don't sound right. And sometimes you just gotta listen to your gut instinct. If something is telling you it don't seem right, then 9 out of 10 it ain't right. But if something is telling you this could be truth, then yeah, you gotta pay it attention. Or if you just confused all in all. Sometimes you just got to sit back and observe and see what happens. And again, a lot of times the truth does reveal itself. But nonetheless, distractions that ain't really necessary, is becoming accepted. And I don't know. This is where we lose focus on certain things too. But then again, some of these quote unquote distractions, they do be beneficial because you do see a silver lining to something. Serious, what's going on, baby? Some people, prime example, are sitting back in their communities observing certain things, but then again, they also are putting things into plans in motion. So that's the good thing about it too, when you are observing, because you know exactly what's needed and you know how to bring it. But you can't lose focus on sight on anything that you're trying to put into motion. Again, you want the best for your community and the best for the future. You're gonna have to stand up one way or another. And again, if you have some people that you know for a fact, even if they was moving wrong at one point and they done realized what's what and they made a change, you gotta at some point listen to the voice of reason. Now, if you see somebody is still doing what they're doing, then guess what? You don't bat an eye at it because you already know what it is. You know not to give that trust and that faith anyway. Word, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, because Davis, look, this is my thing. And again, it goes back to what I said earlier. Just being mindful of who you dealing with and who you decide to take steps with. That's friendship, relationship, whatever, business partners, whatever. Got to be mindful in the steps that you taking with somebody because you don't know what them person's true intentions are. And if you do know what their intentions are, if you feel it and it don't feel good, you got to definitely keep away from it. But again, some people just be hard up instead of taking their time again and just playing the field. It's that I want to be with somebody. I got to be with somebody. No, you should want to be with somebody the same way they should want to be with you, and it should be y'all both on the same page on all angles. Even when you have your little fallouts, you still should be able to come back together and come back to true north. And that's what what Davis that is. Sometimes that's what it be. Sometimes the people that you might be cool with, you might have to leave them alone. And not saying all of them, but some of them that was cool amongst the clique sometimes. Because again, you're all not going to go down the same path in life. I don't care how tight you are friendship wise. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of friends that I'm still tight with to this day. We all didn't go down the same path. And only one or two of them ain't here to tell the story because they passed away in time. But again, everybody else, we still cool as all day. We ain't go down the same path. Some of my people is into politics. Some of my people is into law enforcement. Some of my people into a little bit of everything. Don't mean nothing. And that's the thing. In certain instances, if you know is things that are going to take you down the wrong path. You don't need to go down it. And see, some people are going to go down a path because some people are going to have to learn the hard way because we see this. Some people are going to realize their mistakes before time and make a change. Some people, they might take a little time to get it, but they're going to get it one way or another. But again, remember, in life, your time is ticking. Right now, it's a slow stopwatch. It's still ticking though. So every day that you're here, you should be trying to make something better. Yeah, Davis, you all have people like that. But see, this is what I've always said about true friendship. There's just some things that should never be divulged or put out there, especially if you claim you got love and respect for somebody. I know people who have fallouts. They might not be as tight as they used to be, but they still have a respect level for each other. Sometimes they can't stand each other on certain days, but again, it's a respect level. And it's just some things that's not going to be put out there. And again, if I feel like I'm a true friend to you, regardless to what, I'm going to keep everything under wraps. Some things you can't tell to people. Some personal things you want to have to keep to yourself. And again, because, you still don't know what you could be expecting. Or you tell the right people. That's how you eliminate some of that. You can only tell the right people that you know for a fact that you'll still be keeping a strong, sturdy, bond with. Like I said, some of my peoples, we all went down different roads. We all expressed to each other certain things, certain secrets, and we still kept that. We still kept that to this day. That's what true friendship is. That's what true unity is. Because guess what? These would be the same ones that would ride if something really did go down. So again, in that token, it's not about being followers. It's just about being leaders. And if you're going to follow something, you're going to follow something that's going to lead you to being your own leader and being great. You know, richness for some people is not about money. It's just about doing what's right, giving back opportunities, and just doing things from the heart. Gotta understand that. You can't put your blame because of certain things on other people. If something in your life is not going right, you gotta fix it. Nobody else can fix it but you. And again, I would tell you in that instance, sometimes you just gotta sit back and give it to the higher power and definitely change was necessary. Make the change. Again, what's more important? You still got opportunities to really like show a better picture to the world around you. You got some people who wonder how you was able to maintain this even while going through this. That's when you're supposed to give them the story. But you're gonna have some people in life that are an open book. They don't care. They don't care because guess what? They haven't done nothing along those lines to where they would have to feel like they gotta hide something. And sometimes that gives inspiration to those who have problems opening up and coming out. Whatever they've gone through, it does give them a better picture and a better hope and a sense of hope that things are okay at some point. It wasn't your fault, Dave. You're supposed to, especially if you are a parent. And you did the right thing, and that's what a lot of people need to do. And for those people who are not going to listen to reason and going to get mad at real friends and family that's telling you those situations right there, and again, it's still up to you to make a choice decision on what you're going to do. Because what's more important, the welfare of that child? I hate hearing stuff like that because you have irresponsible people that do that. What is more responsible? What is more important? The welfare of your child or being up with your quote unquote boo thing? Let's really be real now. And see, she did the right thing too because, and that's an inspiration for some people too. Regardless to what's going on, you got to come out and say something, especially along those lines. That's what I'm saying. You got to be mindful and careful. And for those people that are doing those type of ill wills, your time is ticking too at some point. Because trust me, that man upstairs, I do believe, does protect those young ones one way or another. And it's crazy because you, as a friend, you was doing the right thing. You did what you were supposed to be doing as a responsible adult, parent, even if you wasn't a parent at the time. Don't matter. If somebody comes to you and tells you something along those lines, you have to listen to that and also take that into consideration and do an investigation. But I have to. When you sit back and you allow certain things to continue to happen like that, especially on that nature, the time is ticking. Because at some point, that person is going to end up being a ticking time bomb. That's going to be a reason why these people don't trust people. There's going to be another reason why you're going to have more stories like that. And it's going to be sad. My whole opinion, that's beyond selfish. Again, some of y'all going to have to stop letting your personal demons affect your overall thinking. Your time is ticking. And that's sad because you do have people that are doing stuff like that still to this day, Davis. But this is what I'm saying. Those are going to be the people that end up suffering in the long run. Because again, there's going to be some things that your kids will resent. You're losing the respect that you're supposed to be gaining. And if you want to choose your counterpart or whoever over your kid, that's a problem too. Stop setting these kids up for failures. This is why I say there are more programs that are needed, especially for kids who might be going through any of those situations. Bring back these counseling programs and let it be confidential like it's supposed to be. There's some situations where people are afraid to come out because their stuff have been leaked out. And again, that's not just an invasion of privacy, in my opinion, for everybody else. But that's just sad and it's twisted that you would even do that just to get some sort of pleasure gain off of that. Again, it's time to start taking a stand on what's needed. Time is ticking. If you don't believe it, you'll find out in the long run when you're the last ones crying. While the main ones started what they were supposed to start and standing on what they standing on, it's gonna be a bad outlook for you. You're right, Davis. It's not. And these are the situations we got to start bringing awareness to. Again. Start having more community outreaches, more programs, family outreach programs. Some families really need therapy, believe it or not. And honestly, some people don't deserve to be parents if they're going to allow their kids to suffer in more ways than one. You're not going to educate them. You're not going to build them up confidence wise. You're not going to try to let them see something outside of just negativity and destruction. And you're going to keep passing on that same old legacy that you felt that was passed on to you. That's a problem. Wait, which Rachel? Word, which Rachel? Rachel Banks or Riders for Life Rachel? Which one? If it's Riders for Life birthday, happy birthday, baby! Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious. Oh Lord, somebody almost got hit by a truck, y'all. Let's stop playing that role, man. All right, happy birthday, Riders, baby! Another year and another blessing around the sun. Yesterday was Tamika's birthday. Yeah, you can't be serious, man. I know it's traffic, man. But yeah, definitely take that into consideration. What I'm saying tonight. Some things you're gonna have to bring to the forefront, even if it starts with doing it in your own homes or doing it elsewhere in mutual places where you could bring some sort of therapy to the people that need it. Bring that back. Got to restore order one way or another. And we know not everything is going to be restored to perfectness, but hey, we can at least achieve the things that are needed. And education will always be needed one way or another. And the real education, not just the education that they want to try to enforce on. And the time is ticking for some of y'all to really start changing the school systems. Again, I'm gonna implement that again. If that's what you want to do, you want your kids to really be in these systems and learn something. Okay, let them learn the actual factuals. And you got to be a part of that. And for every new knowledge, every new thing that we are learning day in and day out, that needs to be incorporated again. That needs to be incorporated right into the curriculum. So this way you're not leaving them in the dust. Parag, what's going on, baby? Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, the link is pinned in case anybody want to check in. I wasn't going to hold this all crazy tonight neither. Yeah, your boy got to get ready for it in a little bit anyway, but definitely wanted to do this since I was late with the music. And definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier. We were shaking up Root Day, but those who was in there, I can't play Whitney Houston no more. No, I can't play Whitney. I only played that song twice. You didn't give me a problem the last time. You gave me a problem. Yeah, I think it's all her music. Scalp her. I hear you, Davis, and you got to keep giving that because again, some people think they know how life really goes, and trust me, sometimes you got to give them a clear perspective on what's happening, especially if they're coming across situations like that. And if you're telling them something because you've been there, they need to really listen to that. It's not like you saying it just to ruin their fun, and that's another thing. Some of y'all, you got to understand. Again, things are not being said to you to ruin your fun. But if you have people, especially your parents, that have been down these roads, and these are roads that you don't want to go down and don't need to go down, listen, it could be beneficial for you. It can actually save your life in certain instances. Like if they telling you not to go to the neighboring spots in particular because those in particular spots are known for shootings and everything else, listen. Especially late in the evening. But all in all, though, time is ticking to start taking a stand on the right things that are needed. Again, why let your kids suffer? Why let the people around you suffer when you could have been gaining something great? Not just knowledge. You could have been gaining something as far as an incentive in life. Keeping yourself whole. Keeping your families whole, your communities whole. And again, I am going to say for those who are making certain movements that they know they shouldn't be making, your time is ticking. Because it's only a matter of time before you hit that brick wall. And when you do hit that brick wall, you might not ever recover the same way. You might just run into that brick wall and that could take you out. And remember that no matter how old the youth do get, even when they become into young adulthood, sometimes you still gonna have to bless them with the knowledge that's needed. And sometimes you're gonna have to reassure them that the roads that they might be taking, especially if they're not so pleasant, they ain't gonna lead to nowhere pleasant for real. So again, it's just about instilling that even into adulthood. And again, everybody's supposed to be able to throw something. If I see you moving the wrong way, I'm gonna tell you right now you're moving the wrong way. And it ain't to tell you nothing crazy, but that's just realness right there. Gotta see them clear and present dangers though. And when them signs are given, you gotta act and you gotta think and you gotta make that careful decision. And for those who are moving the wrong way, again, you're attacking people of all ages just for that come up. You think it's cool to cause certain harm, even to the elderly people. Your time is ticking for real. Oh wait, hold on. And I forgot. I'm just now seeing something from earlier. My bad. I gotta intervene real quick. My bad. Letitia, I know you somewhere in the shadows hugging, baby, but I got you, baby. Fucker be doing circus tricks just to get in the house. So imagine what he be doing when I be pulling off this damn leash and shit. Cause he wanna get in the house, boy. He wanna get in the house. I said he wanna get in the house. Yeah, I'm definitely late on some of my notifications. Appreciate you, Letitia. Neff, what's going on, baby? But this is the problem. The problem is when you are being truthful on something and trying to awake somebody, there's a 50-50 chance they might actually listen. You would rather that strong 50 that they listen instead of that strong 50 of them going down that path anyway. So again, in that instance, you're gonna have to do what's better. That's what's up, Neff. I'm good. I'm good. I had to chime in with the people for tonight. Fortunately, I gotta go to work in a couple of hours, but just wanted to get this out the way tonight, definitely, because again, there's some things that are just not acceptable at all. And again, attacks on kids, attacks on adults, even the elders, especially those who are just trying to live their lives accordingly. At some point, it will stop. Or even if it don't stop, at some point, those people that think they're getting away with those type of crimes, they're gonna get what's coming to them. And when the reality sits in and it hits, don't cry. Like I told somebody one time, you think you out here doing certain things and you think you never gonna get caught, you will. Again, the observer, the real observer, is observing certain things. So again, at some point, you're gonna reach what you think you're gonna reach, a destination. But you don't want that destination to be your last one. The hell? Thousand dogs. My bad, yo. Oh man, but yeah, I digress though. It shouldn't be accepted. I wouldn't care if you was young when you did this or old when you look at you do any crimes like that. I wouldn't care how old you are. You know better. You are responsible for your own actions. And if you ain't going to get it together, guess what? That law of land will kick in. It's time to stop causing harm. Start bringing more prosperity to the world. And again, if some of y'all want to go down that road, you're more than welcome to. But again, when that reality does set in, don't cry. You wanted that. And you knew you could have changed something, but you still chose to be stubborn. You chose to ride for the wrong causes. You See, you can have this talk every day. Because again, at some point, somebody will listen to reason. And again, what's more important? I think it's time to really grab life by the horns for real. No matter where you come from, no matter what kind of background you might have, you can still be beneficial and make something happen. If you know you're going through specific situations, you know you need the help. Open your mouth and go get the help that's needed. It's time for y'all to really see greater. Figure out a course of action that could be your best course of action and actually keep you whole. Now, I'll say it on this level. If you know you had more than one opportunity to get it together and you didn't, nobody should be saying free. No, you have to learn that lesson valuably because maybe when you get out, you'll figure out what was more important. And again, why lose a portion of your life when you could have been taking that portion of your life and doing something great? Yeah, you'll take some bumps in the road of life. Nothing is ever going to be easy. Nothing is ever free. But you can make it to where you could be part of the specific growth, build your own, have your own, not have to worry or focus on anybody else trying to help you with certain things, especially when you know them people ain't going to help. Definitely appreciate you, Sirius, for dropping all those links. And again, y'all give healing prayers to Angel right now because as y'all as y'all heard, she had two deaths in the family, but yesterday was her brother's funeral, so we just gotta always make sure that we all good and we always check up on each other regardless. And that's a part of really just doing good works. Bring healing where it's necessary, especially for those who need it. And healing prayers to everybody that need it right now, health wise or just spiritual wise, especially if you lost people around you. Again, everybody's going to go through something in life. But most people would have the common ground and say, I'm not going to do something that's going to push me over the edge. And that's one thing to remember, and that should be a blueprint for some. No matter how hard life gets, no matter what, you still have opportunity to make a decision on how you're going to deal with the situation, how you're going to cope with it, what silver linings you see. And you always got to remember, too, to just keep the most important things preserved, even if it is memories. See, when people come here and bring talks like this is going to leave memories. And it's going to leave memories for those who definitely need it. It will be inspirational because at some point I still feel this platform being strong somewhere down the line. Oh, another thing I want to say too. Time is ticking for some people. The reason why it's ticking, and I'm going to say this for those who have kids who are dealing with obesity. Some parents get in tune because you don't know what time you might have, especially if it could be something worse than what you think it is. Get your kids in tune, get your kids in shape. And if it is something to where they can't keep the weight off, That's when you're supposed to make sure you're getting the best possible medical options and doing what's right. There's nothing wrong with being a little chubby when you're a little one, but when it's too much, nah, something is wrong there. And again, think about the medical aspect of everything. Your health is more important. Your kids' health is more important than anything. Those are the riches everybody should be worried about, their health. I could be rich in money but poor in health. Don't let that ball go over your head. But yeah, this definitely was needed. And again, the link is pinned in case anybody want to chime in. If not, I'm not going to hold y'all much longer. I actually got to slowly start getting myself together. But oh, can you do me a favor, series? I don't know if you did that. Shout outs to Liz B. Can you drop Liz B? Drop her link in the chat. See, and this is what I'm saying. Talks like this will always continue because at some point, the people will grasp on to what's going on. The most important part to remember is that your health is your wealth. And that's on all aspects, your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual health. Because there's some things that will make you sick to the spirit. There's some things that will try to kill your spirit. But you got to stay strong on all aspects. It does play hand in hand. One thing to remember is that no matter what you're doing, time will be ticking. Certain fields, you might not have a long shell life to get things in order and get it in tune. Some things you want to have a lifetime to get done. So always remember the balance. That's what's needed more than anything, and the time is ticking. But yet I digress. I definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Oh, and I got a shout outs to D Truth. Oh yeah, and before I even get up out of here, again, congratulations to everybody who just got monetized recently, partially monetized on the way too. Shout outs to Court. I see she got up to her 500 and some odd subs. And, everybody that's moving and building, I think Dee Dee's almost up to that 1K. Like I said, you got people that are doing one thing that's greater than most. You got supporters who are really supporting those. You got people who are uplifting and bringing those to the right tables. And that's the most important thing to remember when you build. No matter how you go through it, you're going to go through it. The most important thing to remember is keep yourself safe and keep yourself sane. So never allow certain things to bring you off the road, off the cliff. Just remember that you are here and you are blessed with a gift. How you choose to use that gift, that is up to you though. And your gift is using your mind. Because again, critical thinking will keep you out of certain situations. And it will bring prosperity towards future situations you are trying to bring into the mix. You already know, Neff, baby. I appreciate you all. And again, shout outs to all my members of the Eulogy family. And I do appreciate and love when everybody do pop in. It doesn't matter what the topic is. Just know it's going to be something that's going to be felt. And if you can't feel it, then that means you already lost touch with society. You lost touch within yourself. And it signifies that at some point, you're going to be the one that's left standing. Standing in the wrong spot. And that wrong spot ain't good for you, so get into motion. Focus on the main picture and stop focusing on the madness. That's all we can do. But I definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. And, I'll be back tomorrow for that morning site. And again, I hope everybody enjoy the evening. Stay safe out there. If you are out there at those events, just make sure you're having a great time. Stay blessed and stay healthy. And if you ain't necessarily got to be out, keep yourself home. Follow your gut instinct, too. The most important thing to do. Sometimes even that can save your life. Follow your instincts when necessary. But I definitely see y'all in the morning. And shout outs to Hammer Nation for popping in on the panel. For those who might have just been coming in, you can always catch the replay. Like I said, I'll definitely be back in the morning with the scythe, and could be bringing some. Who knows? Trying to think about tomorrow as far as the backup. But y'all know what I'll do. And don't worry, the other part two is coming too this week. So I just realized something. They changed my schedule for 2 straight days. Yeah. When that part two comes, I'll definitely let y'all know. Apparently, one of these shifts, I'm gonna be there for 11 hours. So yeah, yeah. This is gonna be interesting, but it is what it is. I'll always be able to just bring something with y'all, and y'all always more than welcome to bring something to the table as well too. Y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's what I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. Definitely. You know what? Tomorrow might be a good old Sunday. Fun day Sunday, definitely in effect tomorrow on the backup. I see great things happening with great people over here, and that's what I'm gonna continue to build. Positive structure for everybody to come here, be themselves. But also to remember that we here for greatness, we here for real achievements. We're not here for nonsense and foolery. You want to show the best blueprint, you got to be the best blueprint as well. So, which I definitely enjoy y'all evenings. Might see some of y'all. I believe Tanya is going live tonight, so and I'm about to go show D True some love if he's still alive. So, and again, happy birthday to all the babies up here this weekend. Shout out to Riders, shout out to Tamika. I know she's still celebrating her birthday weekend. Hopefully, y'all all have another blessed one around the sun, and just keep your minds and your spirits strong. And for those who might be missing in action right now, y'all already know it's still love. And, we praying for you, and we hoping that you do come back. And you'll always be here because you're the family, baby. I don't know. You might actually expect I don't know, for my members, who knows? Might do something special in the morning. I think I'm going to be up early anyway. Oh, snap. Uh-oh. Nosy Nate News. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. James, you all late to the show, man. Come on, James. How you late to the show, man? Nah, it's all good. James turned up in the club though. James definitely turned up in that club. No, let me give you a couple more minutes. Let me be nice to Red Shirt James today, man. Nah, I know it's all good, bro. Like I said, you gotta get your health. Just get yourself back better, like everybody. Shoot, if I ain't had to go in till midnight, I probably would have been taking another nap my damn self. But nonetheless, just remember that too. Um, for those who might be going through it health wise, or those who might just need a specific rest, don't overwork yourself. Again, your health is your wealth. This definitely was a good one. Don't worry, James. You can catch the replay, man. Don't worry. I wasn't on for like 20 hours. I tried that one time. It didn't work. But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Definitely. Tanya, what's going on, baby? Oh, wait a minute. I just thought about something before I leave up out of here again. Hold on. Tanya, where my barbecue chicken at, man? I heard you was stealing and grilling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I gotta get this dude on you again? Let me
My
get
son
Simba
is
on you
tricks
again.
just to get in the house. So
Wait
imagine
a
what he
minute,
be
son.
doing when I be pulling off this damn leash and shit. Cause he wanna get in the house, boy. He wanna get in the house. I said he wanna get in the house.
But let him jump on your grill next time. You know, I'm messing with you. Oh man. No, I'm glad you did get you at least a little bit of rest, James. Like most people. I know some of y'all be needing it, especially if y'all just been doing a little too much throughout the day. We all have. Nah, but David, see, you missed out on the club too. Don't worry. I had the whole club turned up in here too. Don't worry. We was all up in here turned up. But again, I can't play that Whitney Houston song no more. That for those who was in the live, I can't play that one no more. And it's ready, man. Scalp hurt. Oh, wait a minute. I just thought about something too while I'm in here for a minute. Oh, okay. Um, Let me just try to speak to my peoples the way I see fit. Because in my opinion, I felt like it was a distraction to a degree, but it was a funny distraction that we needed. I might be late on this, but hey, I'm still having a laugh about it right now. Um, I want to say something to some of the elders of hip hop. Small handful of you, not only. Some of y'all seem to be a bit salty about the generation of hip hop that came behind you. Can't really be that upset. Um, I've noticed that in certain situations, it's like the generation from the past will try to downplay the generation that came behind them. But then again, you can't do that to everybody. There are some people who are still keeping that form and keeping that art form preserved as they should. So you give the praises where it's due for real, just like they gave you the praises. You got to give them the praises. The ones who are actually still keeping the things intact, yeah, give them their rightful flowers. And that's just on all accords, not just music wise, but in general. Ones that are actually building and keeping certain things in order, especially if it's something you consider a legacy. Hey, give them that proper due. Oh shoot, over here doing ribs. Um, I think that is critical. But I'm sorry. And even when it's not just within the realms of us, sometimes we just got to give the credit where it's due. But that'll be another topic for another night, though. But definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. I'm about to get myself in order food wise before I get up out of here. Which I know is always love. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend we're gonna be back again. And we'll definitely do this in the morning. We'll be showing some support for a couple people that's live right now. So, that's how we do it, baby. Definitely stay safe. Keep that third eye open, y'all. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.